Well, obviously we started serving well. I mean, to start off, everybody coming back was had a pretty good turn from the service line, and we put a bunch of pressure on, got ahead early, and I think kind of caught them off guard, and we were able to hang on to win that second set. It wasn't real pretty for either team offensively through 2 sets, and we knew they'd come back. And they came out in the third set and jumped all over us early, and then obviously the fourth set we got off. Joe had a really nice turn to start it off, and we hit 30, hit 63% in the fourth set. So glad to see our efficiency get back. And at the end of the day, we end up pretty much what our number is on the year. So overall, pretty good effort from us.
Question now for the student athletes.
Joe, what was working for you tonight? I mean, it looked like you had a really nice, diverse offense, but you didn't much of your pencil.
No, yeah. I actually felt I truly felt like it was a little off, and I thought we starting off were a little in a funk. And guys like Stijn and them helped us get into rhythm. Started passing, balls on the net. We were able to get our middle going. But yeah, I mean, guys are taking really good out of system swings, which is something we've been working on a lot, and so that always helps.
What were you thinking on that service run that opened set 4?
No, yeah, I mean, the previous set we came out and we went on like several turns where like 3 or 4 guys were missing in a row. And I knew that that's how we put pressure on them in the first 2 sets. And to get the momentum back, we were going to have to put more pressure in the seams. And that was kind of the idea going into it. And then guys are making plays on the net, blocking-wise. And so, yeah, just all-around good team defense, I would think, closing out that match.
Stijn, what was the, when you came out in set 3, what did you see that was going on in the court that might have helped you in set 4?
We started serving a little, we made more errors, and then we lollipopped some in, and then they came in rhythm, and then obviously their backs were against the wall, and they started bombing their serve. So then in the fourth set, we just came out bombing our own serves and tightened up serve receives a little bit, and then we could come out better.
I was wondering if either of you could speak to how Rado played today. He had 15 kills, he had 4 serve releases, he shot 250. What do you think were some of the highlights?
Those aces in the beginning were awesome. That gets a lot of momentum going, and that sets the tone for the rest of the night for everyone. And then his hitting, he comes up with some really clutch hits. Sometimes when we're really struggling in a row, high, he goes really high and then gets a kill and gets it out of the situation. So that's awesome for us.
Yeah, he had those 3 early aces, but I thought the last one, I can't remember what. It was in some set where it was really crucial. I thought it was kind of close, and it kind of separated us. And so, like Stijn said, he was making plays like in really crucial moments for us. And yeah.
He had that final block.
Mm-hmm.
He had the final block to end it.
Yeah, I was sitting next to him, and Charlie came over and told Rado that'd be nice if he'd get a block here or there. So, no, yeah, he made a few good blocking moves, I think, towards the end that last set, and so.
If things go according to seed and as long as you stay against you guys tomorrow, how do you feel about seeing the 49ers again with them?
I mean, that would be awesome, especially here. When we played them last week, it was all our crowd, and now it will be all their crowd. So that's going to be a difference, but even more so a challenge, and it's going to be awesome. More fun and exciting volleyball to watch.
No, yeah, I mean, right now they're top team in the league right now in terms of seeding, and so yeah, fun challenge, playoff volleyball. So it's gonna be 0-0, fun match.
Any other questions, student athletes?
How do you guys feel so far with the Big West this season? It seems like between you, Long Beach, and Irvine, 3 Big West teams, you guys have been alternating for that top 5 spots all season. I mean, the only MPSF teams have been UCLA and BYU that have also broken into that, right?
Yeah, I mean, and CSUN here is a great team, and even Santa Barbara, we had some tough matches. I mean, obviously we lost twice to CSUN this year, so for sure it's probably one of the toughest leagues in the country. So yeah, definitely a fun time, and it's well organized. I like it here. So that's awesome.
For sure, yeah. This event's been awesome. It's just different, yeah. It's pretty cool being part of the first inaugural season. So yeah, it's been, and yeah, the events run really well, and so it's been a cool first year for sure.
All right, Stijn and Joe, thank you very much. You guys are excused.
Thanks, boys.
Well, now we'll bring it up with Coach quickly.
Yes, sir.
Coach, the assumption was that the winner of this game would get a MAC large bid. Are you going to take that assumption?
I like that assumption. I don't get to make the decision, but I would think it's, I mean, I haven't seen this happen in the other leagues, but I would think it's going to be, you know, if they go by RPI, if what we've seen is accurate, you know, coming into this week, we were 5, they were 4. So we're going to move up, they're going to move down, you know, and then 2 and 3 are playing each other also, and one of them's got to lose. So, you know, we certainly intend to control our own destiny and win outright tomorrow, but you know, we'll be somewhere over the Pacific Ocean when the decision's made if we don't win tomorrow. And like I said, I think we have a good enough resume, you know, but winning tomorrow would certainly close the deal for us.
Coach, what was you thinking when you pulled Stijn out?
Yeah, just, you know, he's in the middle of formation. We're struggling. You know, some of it's a bit of a third timeout. Let's see if Austin, you know, come in, give us a little lift. You know, he thought he passed really well. Joe didn't really use him offensively. And, you know, and some of it, Stijn was off a little bit from the beginning. So just to kind of give him a break, I think, you know, the greatest remedy is sitting on the bench. Most guys, they go over there and sit down for a few minutes. They come back in and play better, and he certainly played better in the fourth set.
You said yesterday that Appleback was probably a focus, but you guys also did a really nice job on Saturday tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like they just have one guy, you know, Appleback. And the thing with the opposite, the question about Rado, I mean, you know, the term used internationally for opposite translates to corrector, you know, because they're the guys that do all the heavy lifting. And it's, you know, when everybody in the building knows where the ball's going and the block gets a chance to be well formed, those guys have to do the scoring. So when you can control them and limit their point scoring, it's an advantage because they're, like I said, a lot of times those are almost double points where it's, you know, a chance for real points. So, you know, Static's a really nice player. A few of those balls he kind of hit out. They were kind of picking them off in transition, and we didn't really do much. But super talented and a load to deal with. Yes, sir. Oh.
How much of your game plan today was on your side versus their side?
Well, you know, this time of year, and again, we're pretty familiar with these guys. I mean, everything from they're knowing each other since they were growing up, 14 and 15 years old, playing against each other's, and you know, and playing them for years at the collegiate level. So you're pretty familiar with what's going on. You're really just looking at what the tendencies are, and you know, this time of year, the stats you kind of throw out the window, and you're just in the moment and see how you guys are playing. You know, at this point, we are who we are. You know, you're not changing a whole lot. You're not getting a lot better at anything, and you just line it up and see if your guys are going to be better on any given night.
If you guys should happen to play Long Beach tomorrow, is there anything that you identified from your 2 previous meetings that you think will give you an advantage?
Yeah, no question. I'm not sure I'm going to go into detail with it right now, but.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we got in a pretty good rhythm with them defensively, you know, and you know, when that happens, that's more, like I said, it's kind of in the moment and how the guys are playing. But again, no surprises. I mean, we played that team twice last year. We played them in the MPSF championship match last night. We just got done with 2 5-setters, so about 6.5 hours of volleyball with them. And if we're fortunate to play them again tomorrow, like I said, there are not going to be any surprises.
Is there one thing from tonight that you would want to do better tomorrow, regardless of what you see?
Yeah, just sustain it, you know, and it's hard to sustain, you know, when you got a team kind of on the ropes. And we said in the break, you know, not only are you're ending a team season, you're ending people's careers, and they're going to elevate and play better. So, you know, for us, even in the first set when we served great, I think while it was productive, I think we can be more efficient. You know, something we pride ourselves on. It's serving closer to 90% inbounds. Tonight was down. That's a low percentage for us at 84 change. You know, so obviously there's always stuff we'd like to do better.
Final question, Coach.
So you talked about limiting Appleback's play. Even with that, him as an outside, he still ended up putting up, 14 14 kills. How do you think playing a player like him and game planning a defense around him is preparing you for boots in the fall if you end up with them?
Well, it's a totally different player. You know, we have Apfelbach on our side of the net. We got the big lefty Oppo, so we're pretty familiar. You know, we see every day a guy like that to play against. You know, the two opposites that are playing in this match are significantly different than that. So you know, not much of advantage of playing that guy and then turn around and playing either one of these guys.
Okay.
All right, Coach, thank you, and good luck tomorrow night.
Hey, and I would just like to say that how appreciative I am to Dennis Farrell and the Big West for us being here and having this exist. You know, in the world of men's collegiate volleyball, this is a significant accomplishment, and couldn't be more appreciative to having this opportunity and to compete in a quality league like the Big West. Thank you.